Hey guys, finally back to the R7 swap Grom. It's been sitting here for a couple weeks now, and I'm really excited to get it back together and actually ride this thing. So this is pretty much everything I've got to knock out to get it all back together. So swing arm came back from the powder coaters, looks great. Need to install the bushings, then I need to cut and basically cut my chain to size. Once I get the swing arm and axle and wheel all put together, then we're going to seal these two tanks. The tank from the powder coaters came out great as well. And then I've got to do the rear brake and some front brake stuff. Not sure if I've updated you guys on this part, but I did upgrade the front brake to a Brembo caliper, upgraded pads, and a stainless line as well. So we need to, once we get everything back together, we need to bleed the entire brake system, front and rear, and then just got to get some fuel for it. But yeah, I tried to get everything here and basically ready for this moment when we get when we finally got the swing arm and tank back. So now it's pretty much just got to put my head down and get some stuff done. So I think I'm going to update you guys as I go. I don't think I'm going to do a time lapse or anything. So let's get to it. All right, guys, gonna get the rear sets on, and I'm getting ready to do the chain. And I just want to show you guys like I guess the way I'm gonna do my own like little chain guard slash rubber kind of to protect the swing arm. So I got taped up here because I'm about to put the chain on, and I've already kind of test fit it with the old chain, and I've got basically a tiny bit of clearance when we get closer to the actual swing arm mount. So quick fix is kind of this 1/4-inch rubber gasket. I'm going to cut this down, but this is actually going to lay on top of the swing arm. It'll look better than this, and it'll wrap around both sides. If I can get it in there like that. No, this isn't cut to size or anything, but it's going to wrap around both sides so that when the chain gets loose, if it gets loose, then it won't be slapping against the swing arm. We'll have this kind of rubber gasket to protect us. I tried using the stock Grom one, or I was just looking at it, and there's no way it's gonna fit. So we're gonna go with this. I did it on the 500, and it's held up great. I mean, it's got a little groove into it, but that's all. So just my own little chain guard idea. And then I'm gonna mount it probably with one screw here, get it wrapped around and taut, and then a screw in the bottom. And I'm gonna do the same thing that Evil did. I'm gonna use some riv nuts just on the top and then on the bottom, and try to get some flush mounted hardware. So yeah, guys, it's coming along. I have no idea when I updated you last, but the rear sets are on. Do the chain. Probably gonna call it a night though. All right, got the kind of chain scrub pad done. I'll do some more fine-tuned cutting on it, but just use a riv nut on this side, and then a countersunk bolt screws in up there, and then on the bottom another countersunk bolt screws in. So it's all going to get covered up, but that's going to keep the chain from slapping against the swing arm. And if I had the other swing arm, yeah, I want to show you guys this. So this is the reason for this guy, so you don't end up like that. You know, this is just the stock swing arm, and I never even worried about putting a guard on it or anything, because I knew this was going to be pretty much junk by the time I got done. But the stock one just doesn't fit with the 520 chain, and it sits out a little farther. So this is all going to be prevented from that 1/4-inch rubber. I looked at the Delrin. Piece, and I've only got 12 inches, so I needed another 3 or 4 inches. So I can still do this in the future. Just have to maybe get a bigger piece and drill myself some more holes with the countersunk bolts. Maybe just 2 or 3, but this should work. Kind of just, I guess, the makeshift way of making sure your chain doesn't slap against your swing arm. All right, back at it. All right, guys, so just going over a quick update on the new swing arm and tank. So I got the swing arm in, tanks all mounted. That ended up turning out really nice. Still not sure if I'm gonna put the nitrous sticker on it or just leave it clean. But I took a bunch of time to get the Evil chain guard mounted, and kind of had to bend it and modify, make myself a couple little spacers, because the 38 tooth sprocket and the 520 chain was rubbing it a little bit. So I know it's not on yet, but I'm getting ready to put the chain on, and that'll go on. And then I took some time to add some quick disconnect fasteners to the plastics. So hopefully I can show you real quick, get that to focus. So it's kind of a pain to get them started, but kind of going with the whole Morg Mini Moto kind of clean look. Gotta adjust them a little bit still, but that's what I'm doing right now, just finalizing it. So everything, all the plastics, I guess minus the tail, are gonna be on quick disconnect fasteners like that. And give me 1 second, I'll probably cut you off and go grab a piece and show you what I'm doing to those fasteners to kind of make them match the rest of the other ones. But for out here, I'm getting ready to put the chain on, getting ready to do the plastic on the other side. I needed the tank in to make sure I space these out correctly, if it would focus, to make sure these are spaced out correctly so I'm not just rubbing against the tank. It's not a big deal, but it's, you know, I spent the money, and the powder coating came out great. I don't want to ruin it by having something just rub up against it and chafe the powder coating away. So let me go show you what else I'm doing on the little quick disconnects, and then I'll get back after it. And this is what we got going on with the matching hardware. Kind of just stripped the anodizing off the outsides and then kept the center black, sort of like the Morg Mini Moto one. It's been a while since I've updated you guys, so I got it all, or got my rear fender all cut out for the fuel tank and all the quick disconnect fasteners done on it, and getting ready to pretty much fill the fuel tanks up with fuel and see how this thing turned out. I'll have to do an update video later. I kind of got distracted with the Instagram stuff and work and whatnot, but it's a mess. But the bike's pretty much all ready to go. I already got my fuel sitting there, so it's just a mess around. I got little things that I'm still completing here and there, but it's basically ready to go, guys. I know I still have to do a video on the fender and the rear chain guard, and then kind of, I don't know if I'm really going to show you all what I did with the fuel, because I really don't want to hear anyone tell me that it looks bad or whatnot, because this is extremely small platform, and to just fit the amount of fuel that we got on here now it is what it is. You know, you only have so much space to work with. But I'll do a video before I put the plastics on, and then after I get the plastics on, it's kind of a fit and finish of everything. But thanks guys for sticking around. Y'all have a good one.